Tonight, growing fear and outrage in Minnesota after President Donald Trump vows to terminate temporary legal protections for Somali immigrants living in the state, a promise that experts say may not even be legal.
Is she originally from Somalia?
Yes, sir.
So how are they doing this? How's their government? Do they have a president? Do they have a council? Do they have anything? Do they have police? I love these people that come from a place with nothing, no anything, and then they tell us how to run our country. No.
In a late-night Truth Social post, Trump declared he would immediately strip Somali residents of temporary protected status, or TPS, a federal safeguard that protects certain immigrants from deportation due to war, instability, or humanitarian crises in their home countries.
I'm getting calls from Democrats wanting to meet. I never even heard their names before, and they're claiming to be leaders. The Democrats have no leader. They remind me of Somalia, okay? You know? And I met the president of Somalia. I told him about the problem he's got. I said, you have somebody from Somalia who's telling us how to run our country. She's from Somalia. He said, would you like to take her back? He said, no, I don't want her.
But within hours, legal scholars, elected officials, and community leaders condemned the claim, calling it dangerous, misleading, and legally impossible to enact.
It is really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made.
And there's another key fact. Despite Trump's dramatic announcement, only 705 Somalis nationwide currently hold TPS, a tiny fraction of Minnesota's tens of thousands of Somali residents. Most are citizens, permanent residents, or refugees long integrated into the state's political, cultural, and economic life. The controversy escalated after Trump claimed, without evidence, that Somali gangs were targeting Minnesotans and that the state had become a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity. Federal prosecutors recently charged several individuals, some Somali, in a social services fraud case. But state officials say tying that to an entire community is irresponsible and dangerous.
And I just think we all need to acknowledge it every single time we get the opportunity to gather. Minnesota is a better place because Somalians chose to live here. We are stronger because of it. And again, as often as we can echo that, and as often as we can make sure our actions are reflecting that, and often as we can seed that entrepreneurial spirit and that sense of caring for our children, we will see that continue to go up. And let's be very clear. If Somali children are doing well, other children are doing well. That's what we know. So I want to just say thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to spend some time. But again, I will reiterate and understand very clearly what Nimco said is it's not good enough to show up just around election time. It's not good enough to just have a set of proposals. We need to be measuring results and seeing them in action in our communities. And I will go back and end where the imam was. These are some of the most difficult times. So let's make sure that those difficult times forced us into action to make them some of the best times that follow it. So Imam, thank you for that.
I was going to ask, last week in the Oval Office, I asked you about if Ilhan Omar should be censored. Congress censored her, and I just want to get your reaction to that.
They did censor it. When did this happen?
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, good. I think she's terrible. I think she should be impeached. I think she's terrible. Is she originally from Somalia?
Yes, sir.
So how are they doing this? How's their government? Do they have a president? Do they have a council? Do they have anything? Do they have police? I love these people that come from a place with nothing, no anything, and then they tell us how to run our country. Now, I think if she got censored, that's great. If she got impeached, that's even better. They impeached me twice for nothing. And they impeached me knowing the Republicans are on my side, so they knew it was just, but they impeached me twice. She should be impeached, and it should happen fast. And what she says is out of line. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, everyone that is detained is given full medical care, whatever they would need as far as keeping them safe and healthy until it's time for them to return back home to their home country. If someone's here illegally, they will be detained. What I would like to remind everybody is they also have the opportunity to go home voluntarily. And if individuals are here in this country illegally, we will give them $1,000. We will buy their plane ticket, and they can go home today and then have the opportunity to come back to the United States the right way. If they wait until they are detained, they will be deported, and then they'll never get the chance to come back to this country. Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, this airport is a wonderful facility for us to test new technology, and this security checkpoint right here is called our Innovation Center, which means this is where we typically deploy new technologies, new screening processes, new x-ray systems to see as to their efficacy, to how they work as far as detecting new threats or giving us higher rates of detection, and then where we can train individuals as well. So this is one of our premier locations for advancing that kind of investment into our security operations, and we're hoping that we can continue to expand on it. So thank you, everybody. I would just like to encourage everybody to thank someone around you, spend time with them, travel safe, and have a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Talk
Yes.
about how quickly this will be rolled out and what kind of technology we're talking about. Will we speed up the process here for folks to get through the lines?
Yes, so the new technology will include not only x-ray technology to scan carry-on bags, also checked bags, but also the physical technology that it takes to scan individuals. You've all seen the ATS systems and the scanning technologies. All of those will be implemented, as well as more training into our officers. We're grateful that we have people who are experts at not only taking care of individuals to get them through the equipment and the scanning processes, but also that they help know what to detect, what to look for, what suspicious activity may be, and we recognize that our greatest resource is our people. One of the most effective things that we can do at security checkpoints is deploy K-9 units as well. And so we will be training and facilitating more K-9 units. We've already done that over the last several months, 5 to 6 months since I've been secretary, and recognizing how valuable that is at our screening checkpoints. But getting more of those deployed will be incredibly important to make sure that we can efficiently screen people and make sure that we keep our travelers safe.